Hello, beloved audience, and welcome to another episode of Performance Check Season 1 Empire of Blood. Thank you all for joining us. As you might have noticed, this session was not streamed live on Twitch. This is a session that we pre-recorded just because of some personal life circumstance that some of the players, and myself included, were going through. We decided it would be easier to not go through the hassle of going live and just recording it and posting it when we are able. And also to make sure that we actually get a correct copy of our show recording this time. I love you, Twitch. I hate you, Twitch. Anyway, I can say that because we're not on the platform in this episode.
We love hate Twitch.
We love and hate Twitch.tv. So, when last we left our ill-fated adventurers, we were deep within the confines of the Iridian jungle. The day after the party landed and hopped off their ferry with six more nights to reside here. The party was all off on their various business. Tara, on the outskirts of the former, well, now also current, Clan Lionsborn territory, noticed movement, a very large amount of movement in the jungles ahead. Tara, Ibis, and Kipariso all headed in to figure out what all of the commotion was, and there they found a phalanx of Uridian soldiers, 10 Throck legionaries, and Commander Calistrate Serganius, who, as it turns out, was present during the sacking and burning of Clan Lionsborn. They, in their small detachment, are here not to hunt the Wraith like the party was brought here to do, but instead to find a rogue apostate witch who is wandering the jungles. During the conversation, and after a very heated back and forth between Tara and Calistrate, where Tara made a point not to provoke or make any violent or sudden moves, the other members of the party noticed as 10 of the 50 men vanish without a trace. The commander, also noticing this, is a lot more gracious all of a sudden, referring to Ibis as Her Holiness and requesting, nigh insisting, that the party deals with the Wraith soon. The phalanx leaves on their own accord, and the witch Pandora makes herself known, who was happy to take the distraction that half of the party was providing in order to find some deep cover. After a little bit of pet pleasantries, she was led back to camp by Ibis, and Kipariso ran off ahead to provide a distraction for the two Empire loyalists, Enyo and Evander, leading them off in a wild fawn chase throughout the jungles. Pandora reunited with Lysandra, her apprentice, and Galatea, her sister, although Galatea does not remember any childhood memories or previous instances of hanging out with her sibling. And it was revealed that the book that was left behind in Pandora's shop was, in fact, a book on the fundamentals of the art of witchcraft, and is also possessed by the spirit of an ancient and powerful witch named Circe, who, should Lysandra choose to study witchcraft, will act as her guiding spirit and bonded familiar. A couple of fun questions were put in the direction of Pandora as she talked a little bit about her life, what she was doing in the jungle, and a little bit of magical theorem, and some small talk with Tirfi, who was also present there. With that, Pandora, knowing that she was actively being hunted, decided to swing back into the jungle from whence she came, and was not seen again that night. Kipariso, while returning to camp with Evander and Enyo, watched as Enyo escaped his gaze and disappeared into the jungle line, provoking rage from Evander, but also, in a very strange twist of fate, leading to a somewhat tender moment between Kipariso and Evander, as Kipariso hopped on Catback and sprinted through the jungle to find Enyo almost, but not quite, shifted, devouring a panther that she had just slain, while Ares watched idly and maybe snuck a bite here and there. The three of them all returned to camp later on. And then Tara Lionsborn, in the repeatedly shown acts of bravery that she is known to muster, got some tea from Tirfi and presented it to the Wraith of Turok, a paladin and former underground insurgent within the Empire, Vasilia Asmodeus. They talked generally about the goings-on in the jungle, about the events that led to Vasilia becoming what she is, and an accidental slip of the tongue led to Vasilia leaving that encounter insulted, but making it clear that unless she was provoked, she would not be attacking Tara or her allies, just the phalanx moving throughout her jungle. And with that, she left the encounter just as swiftly as it started, and Tara headed back to camp. Now, it is the end of that current night. Anybody who wants to perform any camping activities does have an opportunity to do so, as we get into episode 12 of the Empire of Blood, Stand Against the Tide. So that opens the floor. Who wants to take any activities? Any camping things? Getting food or anything like that?
Tara will probably go hunting.
Okay. Awesome. Let me go ahead and look at my resources here. Okay, so mechanically this is going to be gathering rations. So please do me a favor and give me a survival check. Because this is Tara hunting, you may, if you would like to, use strength for this roll.
Alrighty. So it would be a. So if I'm proficient in survival and I use my strength, that would be my strength modifier plus proficiency bonus?
That is correct.
Okay. So I gotta. It's a 15.
Easy peasy. Not only do you find the rations, you also happen to find a half-eaten panther carcass just lying in the middle of a jungle inlet.
Do not mind if I do.
So you grab the fresh the half-eaten carcass, And you grab a couple of other small game animals and miscellaneous birds that you're able to hunt and capture and kill.
So as part of that, can I skin the panther and make a cloak out of it? Just like not a magic one, just a regular cloak.
Yes, I will allow you to.
Cool.
Hold on, let me look at your sheet right quick. Because this is a half devoured, and you can tell, actually, this is interesting. Give me, if you would, a nature check with advantage as you're beginning to dress the carcass.
Okay. Nature advantage. That's a 4, but I'm gonna use my last inspiration.
Okay,
to re-roll that.
Go for it.
It's a 19.
19. You're looking at these bite marks and these claw marks. And there's a thing you're noticing about the bite marks, which is something the size of a human jaw made these marks, but with animalistic fangs.
Does it strike Tara as theranthropic?
It does strike you as therianthropic.
Oh, fucking fantastic. Okay.
And I will say, I'll give you another hint towards this. You see a small tuft of canine fur and a bent scale.
Awesome. So Tara's gonna go find Evander.
Incredible.
She's gonna approach quietly and non-threateningly, because the last time they interacted, she threw a spear through his gut.
Yeah, which she was not a fan of.
Yeah. And she'll kind of approach and go, pardon me, Evander?
Lionsborn.
May I speak with you privately, please?
He shoots a quick look to you, Enyo. And is like wordlessly asking. If you can step off in private with Tara.
Yeah, she gets some thumbs up.
Inyo may come also. Just away from the others.
Remember, Enyo and Evander have their own private campsite a couple of paces north of you.
So they're not around
No, they're
camp.
not with the rest of the party.
So she will.
Here if you want.
She will present what she's made, which is she made Enyo a cloak. That was the point of what she was making.
Okay, I was gonna make you roll to see how salvageable it is, but you are making a cloak for halfling proportions.
For a halfling, yeah.
So I'm giving it to you.
She's making a small halfling. She's trying to mimic the lion's head on her shoulder.
Gotcha.
With the panther. So I made this from a carcass that I recently found.
Enyo, it does not take you a lot to put 2 and 2 together and realize this is absolutely the panther that you were wolfing out on earlier.
Uh-huh.
And Tara conveniently found it and made it into a cloak for you.
Wow, that's so crazy. That's
as
wild.
someone who shifts, I can recognize it easily. Are you okay?
Yeah, you're like, look, I told Evander I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm healthy. I'm good.
Enyo, that's not what I'm asking. What I'm asking is, did you get enough time as the other side? Do you need to hunt more? Are you okay? I do this every day. I understand. You saw in the arena. I shift as well. It's fine. I'm worried because I know when I was young,
Mm-hmm.
Can you go ahead and take 2 points of stress for me?
Yeah. Sure, boss.
Okay. Proceed.
Yeah. Sorry, hold on. Let me mark that up for you.
I know it was hard for me when I first changed, so I don't know how long you have been.
You
Like
see at this point,
me.
he's not as brutally interposing as he usually does, but you see Evander will, like, just make himself visible in your periphery, but will not block Enyo from you. And will just say, Lionsborn, I know your
Yes.
intentions are good, but that is well enough.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Hey DM, how
Uh-huh.
often actually does Enyo? Cause like in my mind space, it's not a lot actually.
It's not often at all.
Yeah, I think she takes a moment, lets that whole thing happen. I don't actually do it a lot. This was actually like the first time in a while I got even close. But usually I'm pretty okay, just like this.
Okay. Evander, what we discussed earlier, is this part of that?
No, this is different.
Okay.
And
I will offer.
does not embrace it as openly as you do.
That is understandable. It is hard to do so where we live, so I understand.
Logistically, it is a curse, and that is how Enyo views it.
You see Tara, like, trying very hard not to be very mean about that comment.
That's how Enyo views it.
I mean,
Enyo
I
literally
also
right
think
behind him.
you know it's just Evander coming to bat for Enyo's comfort, which I feel like is part of why
absolutely.
you're like
why Tara's not, like, literally biting his throat out right now.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that should you need time ever to indulge in what you call a curse and what I call a gift, let me know, and I will take you out myself, and we can go together. But if not, I understand, and I will not push you. But know you are in safe company.
Yeah, sounds great. I'll let you know.
Awesome. And Evander, I know that may look morbid, the panther carcass, but the panther cloak, but I figured as close as the two of you are, it might be kind of cute to have something similar.
You see,
to
he actually gives you like a really toothy cat smile and will go, I am Tabaxi. I understand that there is a distinct genetic difference between me and the panther that now adorns the magistrate.
Yes, that is, fortunately for you, there was not much of a difference between me and she'll pat the lion's head on her shoulder. This handsome fellow was my uncle.
I know this isn't what you're going for, but please roll Intimidate for me and use Strength as the modifier.
Okay. Alright. Okay, so Strength is the modifier, so that's a...
That's my uncle, Enyo. Eyes slowly wide a little bit.
That's an 8. It's not very intimidating. She wasn't going for intimidating. This is just...
Oh, I know. That's
she's playing her morbidity off.
It's just like how much the words sink in, and it's not terribly much. You see Evander nods. It's like...
It was more... It was morbid when his carcass was brought back to me skinned alive. Yes.
You didn't dress the body yourself?
What was left of the body? Yes. This was just what was skinned off of him.
I think I am fine without any more more details, thank you.
Yes, the Empire is a brutal bitch. But
Quite so.
but you know, it is what it is, and I will not attempt to sway any further. However, I should inform you that if you want, if either of you wish, I know you have made your home comfortable out here as much as you can in the jungle. I'm going to. I hunted some rations for us if you are hungry.
I mean, as long as stuff isn't thrown and
I promise.
Fire
Listen,
again.
listen. I am so sorry about that. That was a trauma response. I literally did not mean to harm you.
Is fine.
I feel so bad.
We'll be there later.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be there later.
Okay.
And if not, get us when food's ready.
Okay. I do hope one day the two of you and myself can call each other friends.
I mean, I think you're pretty neat.
Evander will kind of chuckle and say, I do not think it is as far off an occasion as you might perceive it to be.
Normally, people who I end up chucking a spear through their gut don't exactly like me, so...
I believe you made many friends in the pit, though, didn't you?
I have.
So,
I really
actually,
have.
a
It's so much
surprisingly
fun.
good portion of the people you've thrown a spear through have been your friends.
That's true. One day, Evander, just if we get the chance, me and you should get in the pit, and you should let me kick your ass.
Also, fun behind the screen thing. You know a thing that I realized?
What?
Evander totally could have used deflect missiles to catch the spear.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I was thinking about that, like my
And I just
DM
want
brain
that.
went
I
off,
just
and I'm
want
like,
that to be known that I spaced it, and it made the scene so much better.
it did.
Well, you know, narratively, maybe he was busy saving the Enya.
No, I know exactly what it is. He was surprised and couldn't take a reaction.
Yeah, he
Oh
was
yeah,
belching
he
up
was
fire.
breathing fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was belching up
Yeah,
fire.
he was surprised, couldn't
My
react
bad.
to the spear.
That's
Yeah.
why Tara threw a spear through his gut to begin with.
Yeah.
But yeah, as long
I thought
as
his passive perception was like the vigilant feat.
I mean, it's very high. Evander was a bit preoccupied with other things that were occurring when the spear was thrown at him.
But yeah, as long as, you know, we don't get any more weird alcohol, which I don't think he's gonna drink anyway, we'll be there.
I normally abstain, and that's not the reason why, but that's a good reason for me to continue to.
Maybe we can divulge that while they're making food. We can talk about it.
And as you're starting to turn around and head out, he'll actually, like, give you that, like that kind of like gym bro like shoulder pat, and we'll kind of like pull you in next to him, and we'll say, genuinely, thank you for trying to comfort the magistrates. The therianthropy was actually something that she experienced before.
So she was turned, not
Yes.
like she was bitten.
Yes.
Okay,
It was not an inherited gift.
I understand. These lands were sacred to my people, and the reason that they were was because we prayed to the god Sirik to get our powers in a grove not far from here. The idea I had was to take Enyo to that grove And should Inyo not wish for the power, I was going to see if Sirik could take it away.
You see, he kind of squints at you and says, I have trepidations that you are taking her to see what the Empire declares the false divinities.
I understand, and I
But
now
I-
understand why you would be upset about that.
yes, but I have been perhaps too restrictive of her, orders or not.
You have looked out for the safety of your friend, as I have looked out for the safety of mine, and I do not blame you. I do not approve of the method in which you have to do your job, but
Believe me, I
again,
don't like it either.
I figured by the grimace on your face from the last time you used the command word.
But this is potentially a kindness to her that I cannot ignore.
Do you wish me to take her?
I don't know. I don't know if it's better or worse if my company is included.
Either way, I would share this with you. I have one member of the party I would wish to take with me, but
I at the very least would let her entertain the offer.
okay. I will see if we have time, and then we will do so.
With his eyes wider, or his pupils wider, he will say, just, you know what has to happen. She has to leave it without questioning.
I cannot guarantee
I know.
that she will not have questions, but what I can guarantee is that I will let you be there to dissuade them.
Okay. Just
To protect her from... The other thing I was going to speak to you about is my beloved friend Tirfi is amazing with just a lot of things. Maybe if you were to pull Tirfi aside, speak to her in private about Inyo's situation. I don't know how much they can watch you through what you showed me, but perhaps we can work on making it where they cannot just turn it off.
You see, he will nod and will say, I'm happily to speak with someone much better versed in artifice than I am. If Tirfi might have a way.
Enyo, little one,
Yeah.
come ride on my back. I'm going to take you into camp. And
I
Tara
can-
will kneel.
I can walk. It's really
I know
okay.
this is a kindness that we gave to foreign dignitaries in my land. It is just a courtesy.
Uh, Bum, 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 bum. We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. As soon as my thing loads.
Sponsored?
No, we're fine. No. Yeah. Sure. sure you're not Aries, but I suppose. Sorry, bud.
You see,
If me being more similar to a quadruped is easier.
No. You're fine. No.
I do have a
it's
lion
fine.
form,
No.
I can assume.
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. It's fine.
you
If
see,
he gets jealous, he gets jealous.
you see, Evander stretches his long panther legs before taking a runner's stance, smiling and looking at Tara and going,
I'll race you.
you
Oh,
two say it at the
you're
same
fucking
fucking
on.
time as each other.
Yep. Oh.
Incredible.
Tara is full sprint.
I think I've done this before, but Tabaxi speed plus action
Does my
dash
rage give me any?
plus step of the wind plus the Tabaxi feature where they can double their movement speed. Evander
Oh yeah, no, he's blowing me out of the fucking water.
rips off at 30 miles an hour ahead of you.
He's blowing me out of the fucking water. That's understandable. Yeah, Tara gets there a little bit after with Enyo on her back. You cheated, you asshole. I don't know how you did it.
You
But
see,
you
he
cheated.
turns to you. He turns to you and he says, "Well, you know, the entire point of becoming a monk is to perfect my physical form. So,
This is the first time I've
Blah,
ever
blah,
lost in a
blah,
foot
blah,
foot
blah.
race ever.
He says the same thing every time.
am I not allowed to be proud, magistrate?"
Look, you can have your pride. I'm just teasing. I'm allowed to have
And-
a little. I'm allowed to tease as a treat.
I'll take the occasional jab, magistrate, if that is what you wish.
And Tara will kneel again to kind of let Enyo down.
Little scramble. Like cold metallic legs, just like scrambling.
And then Tara. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say, almost naturally, as soon as Enyo like takes a place next to Evander, Enyo, you can feel like his like forepaw on like the front, like on the small of your back. Just naturally, as you like
Yeah.
saddle up to him, it's just hand on the tiny thing I'm protecting.
And Tara's gonna kind of lead Evander to Tirfi
Incredible.
to kind of maybe get that conversation going.
All right, real quick, Galatea, I think you wanted to do something.
Yes.
You wanted to talk to Kipper Niso, correct?
Yes.
Little me?
Yeah.
All right, Galatea, you find Kip at the camp.
Oh yeah,
So-
Kip's just fucking around, of trying to avoid doing anything.
Yeah. Quick question: is it still night or is it morning?
It's still
It's
nighttime.
Got it. Galatea is going to approach Kip. Wait, first, Vector.
Hmm?
Is Ibis still alone? Like huddle
Having
up
her break-
and
Having her breakdown.
yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
I think she's like done like crying. She's done doing that. But she's just kind of hanging out. I think she's probably just like I was going to say like fiddling with her knife. Like honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. So Galatea is going to approach Kip with 2 plates of dinner. I don't remember if we said
This will technically
We
be a
were
little
doing.
bit after, because
Got it.
Tara hunted for rations and like, I imagine food was made. You
Got
guys
it.
are still getting the mechanical bonus from earlier, the like the bonus to your max HP. So we're not gonna roll for any of that again, but we'll just assume that that dinner was cooked. It's like some panther. There's some small game meat. A couple of birds that were able to be caught.
It's not quite as good as the displacer beast I normally feed you people, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoiled.
Okay.
I need to think of another
that
animal that
case-
would reasonably show up in the jungle.
I still feel like displacer beasts should taste fucked up
Yeah,
because
most
it's like non-Euclidean
predators.
physiology.
Oh, yeah, that too. Anyway,
Okay.
I mean, it's
In
not
that
like
case,
they're
I think I'll
aberrations; they're just monstrosities.
True. But yeah, then in that case, Galate is just going to approach Kip and sit next to him. Hey, Kip.
hi. I was kind of sitting by myself, but all right, sure, you're okay.
Wow.
That's quite literally what I wanted to talk to you about. What a coincidence.
And that's exactly why I was sitting by myself. So, another coincidence. How funny.
So, why are you pushing people away?
It's
Ouch!
sometimes you just need a moment. It's not
Yeah,
a big
but-
deal.
No, I get that, but you've been doing that for I don't know, ever since your trial at the Colosseum.
Yeah, that. As if I could forget.
I know that dying is traumatic. I'm not going to tell you it isn't. However, isolating yourself from everyone else is only going to add to your issues at the moment.
My issues. And what do you think those are?
Well, you've been more aggressive towards literally everyone.
Mm-hmm.
You could have gone with Ibis during dinner, talked with her.
Yeah, I could have, but I also could have sat next to anyone else. How's that an issue?
Well, mainly with Ibis because you're cousins. You're both in situations where being alone is not going to solve anything.
Maybe both of us want to be. Have you thought about that?
Well, sometimes what one wants and what one needs are different.
And sometimes they're the same thing.
Yeah, just worried about you. That's all.
Adorable. We've known each other for a whole week and you're already worried about me. 2 weeks?
A little
Oh,
more
fuck,
than
time
that, but yeah.
flies.
But yeah, just
If there's something to worry about, I'll let you know.
you won't.
Yeah, you're right, I won't. Which means there's nothing to worry about.
Well,
Good talk. And Kip's gonna pat Galate on the shoulder and get up. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you're
Galate
stronger
doesn't
than you
have-
can stop him.
Yeah, Galate is going to try and sit Kip back down.
All
Do
right.
it.
Galatea, that is strength athletics. Kipariso, you can roll athletics or acrobatics.
I'm better at acrobatics. Where exactly are you trying to sit, Kip? Huh? Back on the rock or whatever log, or on your lap, or on the ground? There's options.
Um,
It's a critical failure.
I think she would try and have Kip sit back on the rock, and just want you to know my athletics modifier is 6.
And I rolled a 6 with my nat 1. This is
Yeah.
amazing.
Kipparisa,
Uh-huh.
you make an effort to stand up. You feel your little fawn legs pushing you to your feet, and all of a sudden your ass is brought a little bit harshly down onto the grass underneath you.
Tail?
At this point, Galatea is no longer smiling. Kipariso,
Oh, yeah.
you are most definitely not well. And isolating yourself from everyone else is just going to make it worse, as I've just told you like 3 times already in this conversation alone. And you keep blowing it off like it's nothing.
Because it is nothing. I don't get why you're so concerned,
Prove
okay?
to me that is nothing.
But how do I even prove something is nothing when it's nothing?
Well, if it's nothing, then you should have a reason to be more aggressive towards everyone else.
Okay, maybe because there's interlopers, maybe because we're in a spooky jungle full of magic ghosts and soldiers and void things that can kill you by looking at you. Maybe because my cousin is freaking the fuck out. Maybe because I'm surrounded by strangers when all I want to do is go after the person I love and care about most of the entire world. And there's so much going on. And I don't understand why you're asking. I don't know why you care.
I'm
Why?
definitely gonna say Ibis can overhear all of this.
Great.
I am asking this because you just told me a number that I'm unable to count of issues you're having at this moment that you cannot control, even though you
I'm
want to do
dealing
something
with it.
desperately.
It's fine.
No, you're not.
I think
You're not
at this point,
solving
Oh.
them. You're only delaying them.
Vic, you were saying?
I think Ibis would make her way over there.
Okay. Kip, you are still kind of being held down by Galatea, and you see Ibis beginning to walk up.
Let me go. I don't want to do this right now. I don't want to do this at all. At all. Especially not now. Let me go. Should I roll for that?
Do you want to try to break out again?
I attempt horribly.
Yeah, let's make it another contest.
Awesome. But what?
Yeah, because like technically you have a chance every round to break out, and it's been more than 6 seconds. So yeah.
Okay.
You can. Now that you're being held in the grapple, it has to be athletics.
Oh, great. All right, fun. Well, that's an 11. That's not too bad.
So I roll again.
Roll again.
Ugh.
Oh.
Wasted your natty 20 on this.
Nat 20 from
I know.
Galatea. Kipariso, you have never been less certain in your ability to move or get out of a situation. I'm also going to give you a point of stress for that.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Awesome.
Yay.
Evis, you see Galatea now like fully bear hugging Kipariso, who is thrashing and kicking his hooves and trying to break out of her grasp.
This is not safe restraint methods. You need a safe word.
You need a safe word. Take a point of
Then
Just
tell me
inspiration.
your
sounds-
for that.
safe word.
Take a point of
Fuck
inspiration
off.
for you need a safe word.
Thanks.
God damn it.
actually,
Do you
I
want to
think-
commiserate in our very bad situations together?
No, thank you. I am fine going elsewhere by myself once I get out of this. Like, go.
Like, Ibis, Galatea is not breaking a sweat. Like, she's like got her forearms wrapped around Kip's chest and is just like holding both of her forearms with her hands, and it is an impenetrable latch that Kip cannot break through.
As incredibly funny as it is to watch you thrash, Could you
yes,
just, like-
laugh it up? So
Like-
funny.
like take it from like a 10, you're at like a 10, take it down to like an 8.
What do you even mean? I'm always a 10. Go away. Let's go.
Not until you come down.
I'm not that into you yet. Okay, so can you just, like, this is very close.
Disgusting.
Personal space. Alright.
I am not flirting with you.
It sure feels like it.
Well, that's you and not me.
Okay. I ain't gonna let go yet.
Have you calmed down?
Yes, I've been calm this entire time. Everything is fine. And I am the calmest person
Insight check.
alive.
I think your feet are still kicking.
You don't even need to make an insight check. He's lying through his teeth.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not above fighting.
I want you to know, Galatea, the moment you say you are fine, Galatea is just going to hold you down tighter, like restraining you further.
Okay.
It's not enough to restrict your breath, but like I imagine like Galatea brings her like really muscly paladin legs up, and you can't kick your hooves anymore.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Normally I enjoy being between a powerful woman's thighs, but this is not one of those instances. Please let me go.
Ibis, are you
Ew.
doing anything?
I think Ibis, watching all of this, has just like, I think she's sitting down on the ground and she's just kind of like patting the spot next to her.
He's like, come sit down. Just sit down with me.
This is so much fun. I'm not into humiliation. I am not even that much into restraints. So can you just let me go and do my own thing? This is none of your concern, not your problem. Just leave it alone.
Well, funny thing is, it is my problem because of my own oath.
Literally how?
What's your oath?
My oath is to protect and help the citizens of Euridia from their harms.
Oh, great. It would be so helpful if you could let me go. Now, please.
Will you go away?
Yes. Yes, I will, because that is the
Then-
plan.
Then I will not let you go.
Just let
Hey,
him go.
hey, DM, is anyone else nearby?
Is anyone else nearby?
Like,
I
say,
mean-
Tara?
Yeah, would Tara be getting back at that point?
This is assuming you've already brought food here.
Yeah,
like-
I'm saying from getting Enyo and Evander.
Oh no, what I'm
Oh,
saying is
so
like
they
you've
would-
already been back when this
Oh,
scene
okay.
takes place. I just wasn't sure, like, was Tara planning on talking to Lysandra? Was Tara,
Well,
like...
Yeah, but like Tara was also gonna check on the food before that. that whole conversation could have happened after
You know,
in the
I'll
cooking area
give it to
outside.
you. I'll give it to you. We always go wibbly wobbly with the
Perfect.
time, but I'll give it to you.
Okay,
Tierfy
so-
nearby, cooking, ignoring everything going on.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I
Tierfy has been right
I
there the
wanted
whole
to
time
say-
and hasn't been saying shit.
Tara would come over if she sees it.
Yeah?
Kip would start like screaming Tara at that point. You would start yelling your name.
Oh yeah, no, Tara. As soon as the yelling started, Tara has sprinted at this point and is just like, "What is going on here?"
She will not let me go. I do not want to have a feelings powwow.
Okay,
This
but
is-
Kipariso,
No, just please, please, please,
In-
please, let me, please, don't make me beg, please.
Kip,
I'll beg,
It
beg,
is-
please,
it
please
is-
help me.
I know you'll beg. Trust me, I know.
Gross.
Not like that. I haven't slept with your cousin yet.
Gross.
No, that okay. Well, that is nice to know.
Even
though.
Yes.
grosser.
But Kipariso, I've also been concerned about you for a while now.
I'm fine.
You're
okay,
just
I'm not
now,
fine right now.
starting to trust me.
I would be finer if I were not being restrained and crushed.
If I get Galatea to let you go, will you sit with us and talk?
Definitely.
Don't
You're
lie to
lying,
me,
just
you
let
little
him know.
shit.
I'm not even gonna ask for a deception check.
Do not lie to me, you little shit.
I'm not lying. When have I ever lied about anything in my whole entire fucking life? I
You
would
think
love
so?
nothing more
How?
than to hang out and talk about feelings and stress and life situations with everyone right now.
Kipariso, I wanted to have this conversation with you as well for a while now because I am not going to deal with you on a ship moody as hell and sailing halfway across the Vale to save Eudoris, and risking potentially my own life and Lysandra's.
Okay,
Just
then
by
don't
leaving-
come. It's
No,
fine.
listen to me. I am not going to forsake you and not go with you. But I am also not dealing with you being moody on that ship. You're already going to be pukey, and I'm not dealing with that.
Great. Yes.
So we
yes,
need to have
laugh
this
at me.
conversation now, so that when we get you to Eudoris, you aren't angry as fuck.
Uh-huh. Sure. Okay. Kip has just kind of gone limp at this point and is
Galatea,
rolling
let's
their
go.
eyes almost constantly. Oh, finally. Thanks. Can I
You leave,
leave
I'm
now,
stopping
or will
you.
he just grab me again?
You leave, I'm stopping
If-
you.
If she
Okay.
doesn't grab you, I will.
Awesome. Love that. I love being imprisoned against my will for like, oh, how many times has it been on my life? Well,
But it
there's
is
that
so.
one time in the yeah.
This is an intervention.
Said it.
What? Why?
That's so cute. I don't have anything that needs intervening from a bunch of random people.
I'm not random, and neither is Ebus.
I
I
mean,
admit
it's
I
pretty
may be
random if you
random.
think about it.
I admit I may be random, but so are friends and family. You didn't
Exactly.
choose to meet your friends, nor choose your family.
Everything is random and nothing is consistent. Everything's fine. Nothing is wrong. Can I go now?
No.
Oh, because you're lying
There's
through your
so
teeth.
much wrong all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. Is this what this is gonna be like from now on forever? Just you guys ganging up on me for no reason because I'm upset at things as I, rightfully should be because things are upsetting.
Kipariso,
Like, am I not
For
allowed to
family's
be upset?
floor.
Upset?
do you know what this is called? Kipariso, because there's a word for it.
Righteous indignation.
Called love, you little shit.
Oh, so you were talking. Okay. So I would have to disagree Love is when you let people go, right?
No, love is when you care for someone enough to make sure they're okay.
I'm fine. Mission accomplished. Now, lovingly, fuck off.
I'm going to go get you something to eat, and then I will be back.
I have
You
already
two-
been fed.
Everyone,
Have you?
I was given
Yes,
food.
Trophy?
pardon me.
Yes?
Is anyone allergic to saffron? No?
Thank you. Someone with sense. No, I'm not.
Just
Saffron's
check.
lovely.
Okay,
What is
continue.
You know, in fact, I'd love to
Wait.
come over and help you. Can I? Kip
Wait,
goes
wait.
to get up.
What is saffron first?
It's a spice. I cannot believe you don't know it. You will have it. We will find out if you are allergic today.
Okay.
Oh yes, definitely gonna help with that. Oh boy, this is.
Tirfi,
I love-
I need my potion, if you don't mind.
Certainly, I have some.
Thank you. Awesome. Kibariso, we need... This conversation needs to happen. Please.
Sure. After I help Jiffy with saffron.
Actually, I want to learn what saffron is, so you stay here, I go help Tirfi.
Oh no, please let me. I've already fucked up
Well-
enough things for one day.
You could both go.
This is a learning experience, and I'm a random person. Tara and Avis aren't to you, so this is a win-win.
No, even better. How about Galatea, Tara? Why don't you both go since you both seem so interested? And I'll just sit here next to my significantly weaker cousin who I could probably escape from.
Galatea,
Debatable. Honestly,
um,
debatable.
See, Kip, I think you say that and then think back to when you were in the cell right before the trial and Ibis, like from a distance, just told you to kneel and you had no chance to resist
Oh, yeah.
it.
Physically.
Doesn't Ibis have to like wear armor a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Comparison to
Ibis
tall,
is-
buff Tara Galatea.
Yeah, Ibis
She's
is
not
currently in
strong.
like I think Ibis wears medium armor.
Yeah.
Well, still, Kip says it, even if it's in.
Even if it is very incorrect.
Like significantly weaker compared to the barbarian? Sure, probably. Weak? No.
I
Yeah.
do literally have hold person, like
Pro- probably,
Yeah.
probably could not overpower Tara physically, but damn sure could magically.
I feel like
Yeah.
Caparisto would fake flirt with you until you let him go if you held person, to be honest. No shame.
No, none.
Cousin
Whoa.
be damned.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Sure is getting really full. Oh Lord.
Oh, also,
I love this group.
unrelated to everything. Tara, I realized
Yes.
I never actually gave you permission to see this item, so I'm making sure you see it now.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
I think I
So
just
can
showed it
actually put
to.
that on my
I think I
wall.
just showed it to everybody, but that's okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I didn't get a chance to put that onto my
Wait,
sheet.
did everybody get a pop up on Roll20, or was it just?
Oh.
Nope.
That was
Nope.
you. I didn't.
Okay, good. Okay,
I
it did.
don't
It did.
see-
It was just Tara. Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay.
This isn't one of the ones I can just drag and drop, is it?
No, because it's a homebrew item.
Ah, okay.
The Torque of the
I will get
Lion
that to
is
you,
not something that already exists. It's homebrew.
Okay.
But also, I just wanted to say, Galatea hands Kip over to Tara, like, grabs him by the shoulders, moves him towards Tara, and then goes towards Tirfi to see what she's doing.
Incredible.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and Tara will in fact transfer, grapple.
Now, this does
Oh, no.
technically call for a new grapple check.
Yes,
Oh my
please.
god.
I will
So,
say,
I need-
if Galatea I will say Galatea let go the moment Kipariso relaxed.
Okay. I need acrobatics from Kip. And athletics from Tara. Okay, yeah. You really quickly try to dip out of the way. And like a cat being grabbed by the scruff of their neck, you are immediately seized by Tara.
Incredible.
Yeah, this is like a just arm over the shoulder, like it's almost a headlock, like just barely not. Like the threat of Tara's bicep is there, but she's just like leaning on Kip.
The threat of Tara's bicep. Incredible. Thank you so much. This is a sentence that I needed to hear in my life.
Now, I know you may not be into restraint, but
I did say I'm not.
how are you into choking?
Ew.
Oh, God. I love him.
Well, okay, hold on. Okay, and
Oh my gosh, are you rolling for it?
okay. Kip looks away shyly.
Oh my
Ew.
God!
Be a good boy and stay right here for me.
Okay.
Oh my God!
Disgusting. I'm walking away.
Please do not ruin Ibis's appetite. She needs to eat before we go into battle today.
You just see Tara like bust out laughing. Just
I'm not doing
If you are
anything.
If you are
No,
all
you're
done,
not.
please come intervene on my cooking.
Galatea's already over there.
of course.
Yeah, Evis is joining.
Okay. Well, at least it's just you and me
You'll
now. And
stare into a pot
Kip, like,
together.
Tara lean in and go, "Hey, you're welcome. I got you out of that fucking situation."
thank you. I could. Thanks. Well, I'm not. Yes, thank you. I appreciate this very much, and I have never had a better friend in my entire life.
Listen, I understand you are going through some stuff. I got you. I've got your back always. And she'll like scratch the top of, like the area like right behind Kip's ear, before going to find Lysandra.
Okay,
Best member.
now, did you bring Evander and Enyo to Lysandra?
Yes.
Before this?
Yes, so I would have
Okay.
tried to get both Tyrfie and Lysandra at the same time.
Okay, so this
as
is
a matter of
before
fact.
Tyrfie is cooking dinner.
Yes.
Okay.
So Tara would enter kind of the tent area and will wave to Tyrfie, wherever Tyrfie may be at the time, and go, "Excuse me, Tyrfie, may I speak with you in here?"
Okay, ceases writing her notes and comes along.
And she'll kind of walk Enyo and Evander into the tent and kind of look at Evander and Enyo and go, "So, I will apologize in advance. I may or may not have broken my word and snitched. Sorry."
Snitch on what?
Evander
On-
knows what I'm talking about.
On us, I believe.
Yep,
What did-
Evander
what did
knows
we-
what I'm
did we
talking about.
do?
You didn't do anything. Anything.
He,
Oh,
rather
okay.
me. It's okay, Magistrate, I promise.
It was within your best interest. That is why. That's all I'm going to say.
Alright.
And she'll kind of bring Evander and Enyo over to Lysandra and Tyrfie, and Tara will like sit down and wrap her arms around Lysandra and go, Are you okay, my dear? I know I've been gone for the most of the better part of 2 days."
I am okay. I'm actually quite fine. I think I got a lot of good sleep after the whole,
Not sleeping and making my homeland beautiful again?
She smiles.
You absolute amazing woman.
I do my best, and we pray that the person I borrowed the spell from doesn't come.
Asking for favors, yeah.
Yes.
I'm
It's
hoping
for a
your
good cause.
I'm hoping your patrons deal with that personally. So I brought Evander and Inyo. Tirfi, have a question for you. How good are you with magical? What is the word? I know what I'm talking about, but Tara's like blanking on the
Yeah.
word. The word for false limbs when they replace a limb. What is it? The word?
Prosthetics?
Yes, thank you.
Prosthetics.
How are you with magical prostheses?
Magical prostheses I have never made or maintained exactly.
Again, we look at
I have
Enyo's fully mechanical legs.
I have had a look at Atticus's arm, but
Enyo, you don't
Yeah.
know why. You take a point of stress.
Thanks.
Okay,
Continue.
oh no.
continue.
Oh no, bestie. Anyway. It is certainly not beyond my understanding. I just would need time to study the implements. I was already going to offer if you would like any help making sure they are tuned before we do anything strenuous.
Evander, do you want to explain the idea we had? Or I had, I suppose.
You see, he looks down at Enyo. And we'll say, is it possible that the magistrate is not present when I...
You may discuss with these two, and Inyo, why don't you come with me, and I will show you around my home.
Sure.
Wonderful. And you can. Where is your hound? I very much want to pet the dog.
You can try.
Let us see if he tries to eat me like at the Colosseum.
No. He only attacks if I tell him to. So.
Wonderful. And she will lead Inyo out so that Evander and these two can have the conversation.
As they leave, Evander will immediately turn to you, Lysandra, and go, Oracle, what do you know already? Spare no detail.
Lysandra is going to wait a good while until she knows that Tara and Inyo are out of the life periphery. I think like for a hot minute, she probably looks through Typhon, who's like outside in like the tree, just to make sure that they're far away, and then she'll clue back in.
Oh yeah,
and be
Tara's
like-
taking Inyo to the clear other side of the camp.
Yeah,
Perfect.
and Lysandra's making sure of that.
I'm imagining Typhon sitting in the branch, knowing he's being seen through and going, I'm a little spy. I'm doing a great job.
I'm so annoying.
Typhon,
annoying, we love
Typhon
him.
to himself, bam, 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 bam.
He has a stealth of 6. He's such a good little spy.
Just literally so if he's actually doing that out loud,
No,
Tara
he's
will literally
not.
throw jerky at him.
I feel like he's making a little bit of noise and you toss it. He is not.
Yeah, he's
hey, for the record and for copyright, he is definitely not actually in universe whistling the fucking Mission Impossible jingle. That's not happening.
Jesus.
No, there's
Tara's like-
there's a popular play with a well-known score.
Sure. Yeah.
The Unachievable Quest,
Uh-huh.
which has a stealth segment.
Add a point of inspiration, you fucker.
I was gonna be like, if anything, Typhon's probably eating like fireflies that are now just like slowly coming into this plane. And he's like, oh, that lights up? Jump.
Is Typhon just trying to catch grasshoppers?
Yeah. But Lysandra makes sure that like everything's going okay, and they're far away. And then she clues back in, and she looks in the general direction, or I guess looks down at Evander, and goes, I know pretty much everything about your circumstance regarding you and Inyo. How you got here and why you are in this problematic circumstance.
And if it's relevant, your opinions on that.
We've spent 2 days here in the jungle.
Yeah, the day that you landed, and now the night of the second day.
So we have 12 days until the ship comes.
No,
the ship for Kip.
Oh,
for Kip.
yes. 12 days until the tone deaf siren arrives.
Yeah.
5 days until you are brought back to the city, and you're like taking off the jungle.
She waits a moment and then goes, well, you see, we are uncertain at the moment of how we could easily get you out of your ordeal. We have talked a little bit about ideas and what we could do. But what I could offer, and then she talks straight into his mind.
Yeah.
And goes, in 12 days we are leaving. And if you try to interfere, know that prophecy that Leora knows damn well, you and your friend that you care so deeply for may fall. And this is a warning.
You see he nods his head. Can he reply?
Vocally.
Okay.
He can't. Yeah, it's all.
So he will look at you and say, with all due respect, Oracle, when the chips are down, more than likely, it won't be the magistrate's choice on whether or not she intervenes. It might not even be my choice to tell her to intervene. I'm not the only one who knows her phrase.
We say, like, her tail flicks in, like, annoyance. And she goes, do you? And vocally, just, like, out loud, like, 12 days. And you know what happens if it does happen. None of us want to do it, but if it occurs, then know what fate is in store for you.
You see he'll nod. And we'll say, if it were up to me, if I could genuinely make the choice, the magistrate and I would already not be in the Empire. But it is not my choice. It is not her choice. Should the magistrate try to intervene, I will not aid her in that. Which is a deep unkindness to her. But it is also, in a very bitter sense, what she would want. Do you know why Enyo had to be revived? Why she is in the situation that she is in now?
I saw her final moments.
So you don't have
but I
the
do not know.
context.
No.
You see, he actually takes a leather folder out from a satchel he carries. And rather than handing it to you like you would expect, he actually makes a note to hand the folder to Tirfi. And will say, if you could please read this dossier. And I'm going to send it to you to read out loud, blindly.
Immersion.
Secret.
I have to close my eyes for it. Okay. Well, that's gonna be.
I have it's in your DMs. Scroll up to the very top, so that you don't read the last of the entries first.
Alright, Uridian Ministry of Magistrates, Facility 42. Report, Throck Enhancement. Leading Magistrate, Archmagister Beatrice Argyros. Subject, Throck 32A.C6. Note 1. Do not attempt to feed Throck 32A.C6 in person. 4 days of subsequent attempts have resulted in 4 substantially flattened apprentices. Recommend feeding by use of an expendable criminal. Note 2. It seems that subject has developed some sort of entropic disease. Noticeable atrophy and decay in the subject's right hand and fingers. It is important to collect the contaminated fingers of the beast to fully understand the nature of their alteration. Also, they will make excellent decorations for my chambers. Disgusting. Note 3. The disease has proven to be non-contagious. It seems an overtly hasty transmutive process has caused complete cellular decay in the subject's right arm. The entire arm has been horrifically atrophied and smells simply awful. Note 4. Magister Lycaeus has enchanted a suitable magical prosthetic to replace the arm of the subject. Now adapted to use readily available dormant evocation magic in the air for power, has yielded better than expected results. Subject shows increased musculature, but more surprisingly appears to be exhibiting signs of unassisted awakening, and now insists that it has a name, Atticus. Pointed look at Evander, resuming.
He'll nod back to you.
Note 5. Subject Atticus is ill-tempered. Note 6. Atticus shows heightened social awareness, asking about the current physical state of his broodmates. Also, Magister Lycaeus believes that subject was looking fondly at a male magister. Disgusting. Note 7. Tomorrow we will try personal contact via apprentice magistrate Maya, equipped with a standard issue arcane shield. I suspect the shield to be more than adequate protection from the thrall's wild mood swings. Magistrate Lycaeus will be a supervising attendant to our first contact. Note 8. Atticus has escaped confinement. Maya will likely never walk again. Note 9. Atticus has yet to be found by patrolling legionaries, and we must assume that somebody is providing refuge to it. A bounty has been placed to the general public. With any luck, the subject will be found soon and further tested. Note 10. Over a year and a half since the prior entry, only to find that it was in fact Magistrate Lycaeus who allowed Atticus to escape confinement. Legionaries are heading to her personal office as this is being listed to confront her about this incident. She'll finish there. Is this document dated?
Yes. I don't have a specific date. I don't have that timeline figured out. But what you would know, this was the very last wave of boars that were converted into Throck. This is the last. Literally, this is the event that led the Tarakian Greyhorned boar to go extinct. This is the last batch.
This is decades ago, or?
Decades ago, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Actually, maybe closer to like call it ballpark between 18 to 20 years.
Okay.
Okay. And after you finish reading it, Evander will look and say, "That is why the magistrate was executed without trial."
So, your Enyo is this Lycaios?
Yes, Magistrate Enyo Lycaios.
So it grew a conscience, or had one, I assume,
Based on
and
what-
intervened.
Based on what I knew and what Enyo told me before this second life, before her execution, it is a natural part of the process when the magistrates create Throck that they build and sculpt the body first and awaken them and give them intelligence afterwards. Atticus is the only listed example of a Throck not needing the awakening ritual to be, well, awoken. It was a byproduct of the arm that Magistrate Lycaeus made for him. And because he was not awoken by the magistrate's process, he was not naturally obedient to them.
So, I suppose the most salient point to our current discussion is the prosthetics are of similar make.
No, actually. In a very ironic twist of fate, Enyo was not the one to create her own prosthetics. That was the Ministry of Magistrates who did.
Ah.
But Enyo had a gift for it. She still suffered from disability even before losing her legs. Funnily enough, I believe it was one of her plans in the future to eventually replace her legs anyways.
Has this expertise been... It remains, or is it tampered with?
I imagine it's dormant somewhere. I mean, she hasn't had to be taught a single thing about about how her own prosthetics work. She does all of the maintenance on them herself. You know,
Well then,
the Empire was very careful about what memories Enyo was allowed to keep when she was revived, but
then it will need to be my tutor as I try and figure out how they work.
well, it feels like we have plenty of time for that, so.
I think Lysandra pulls a face when they say we have plenty of time, and she's like 12 days in her head.
Oh, no, I know. He
Yeah.
said it in a way that was, like, sassy.
Somber. Yeah.
Yeah, somber.
Yeah, I'm just Lysandra's just like, this is doomed. This is a doomed 12 days we're on.
I am a quick learner, by necessity.
Fair enough. You and the magistrate are both incredibly skilled in artifice, so I imagine it won't be too much work to align your notes. But, by the by, on top of many other manifestos and notes written from the interior of the ministry. Enyo was eventually found out for allowing Atticus to escape confinement and find shelter with the Vox, which I am now shunned by as an organization.
Due to your activities of protecting magistrate.
Honestly, due to bringing her back at all. Not in the way you think. I was selfish. Enyo did not want to be returned to life. She...
Well, if you desire it, and if it is relevant to our future, I could put a good word in for you with the Vox. If you become apostate, it would probably be one of your best options.
I wish nothing more than to forsake this divine cursed empire. It is a great wish of mine. But...
Well, then perhaps I can gift you comrades.
Tirfi, do you know? Has the Oracle told you what happens if Enyo betrays the Empire again?
From details I have summarized, yes.
And that is why I can't either.
Yes, well, if I can be of any assistance, and to make amends for judging you falsely,
I don't
but
believe you just
appearances,
at all.
as you said. I am simply sympathetic to your plight. I want to help. It is just the only thing to do.
See, he nods.
I think I will get an early start on assisting with the prosthetics. If that is all,
I believe it is. So, the way
one word.
prosthetics are outfitted, it isn't just her legs. She also has a synthetic Arcanatech lens, a valve in her heart, and I believe a portion of her lower intestines.
Mm-hmm.
And they can be remotely deactivated by the Ministry of Magistrates.
At the moment she turned.
Were I to attempt to replace them, it would require proper facilities. Ones I am not sure I have access to yet. I would need to create them.
Well, you do have 12 days to figure it out. No offense.
Also,
I would not. I could not forgive myself if I did not try.
Also, sell your wife wants the cards.
Yes. A card
one
for
more
her.
thing.
Yes.
I have one more thing for Evander before Tirfi departs.
Okay.
As a means of perhaps lightening the mood and making things more even, Tirfi is going to bring out some wine, but is not going to offer it to Evander. She's going to slam it back. She's gonna slam it back
Oh God.
to inflict the fire wine on herself.
Please make me a Constitution saving throw against your own
Why
concoction.
would you do this? You're also giving yourself tummy problems. You know that?
What's your own spell save DC?
My own spell save DC is 15. I got a 21.
Okay, so it's less roaring gouts of fire like Evander was spewing, but definitely a couple of very spicy burps make their way out as you down the wine. And like, seeing you handle it better, you see he squints and goes, "Is this meant to make me feel better, or is this meant to insult me somehow?"
Not my fault you couldn't handle it as well. Goodness.
Okay.
I'm truly an artisan. Also, this is somewhat of an acquired taste. Perhaps I could make it more palatable.
An uh-oh has been declared in the chat, and I
Okay.
am scared.
Abby, could you please tell us what card it is?
So, point of clarity, Lysandra was curious because of the art of like the cycle of life and death. She was curious on whether or not Inyo, if possible, would Inyo want to come back to this life, like if, through reincarnation, revivify, raise dead, like those kind of magics. I drew the torturer upside down.
Oh no.
Masochism, self-hatred, and
Self-hatred.
the pain of one person benefiting another.
Benefiting another.
So I know exactly the scene you see, and Jester, I'm gonna have you play this out with me, okay?
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
boss.
So you look in the card, your vision begins to warp, just like usual.
Yeah.
And you see Enyo at the tail end of shifting out of lycanthropy. Bloody, tears streaking down the corners of her eyes. She is in shred remains of her magistrate's uniform in what looks to be a laboratory. And Evander comes sprinting over to her as she collapses to her knees. He quickly works his way over to you. "Magistrate, are you alright?"
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Get them out of. Get everyone out of. I don't want anyone in here but you and me.
You see he
Out.
turns around and in a bellowing, panther-like roar, Evander turns to the other magistrates in the room and goes, "Everyone clear out!" And immediately they all drop what they're doing. And you see by the looks of it, most of these are subordinates or apprentices to Enyo. And they all clear out of the lab. And he turns back to you and says, They're leaving, Enyo."
I can't keep doing this. This can't keep happening.
"Doing what?"
I did that. I had no control over myself.
"It wasn't your
I did
fault.
that.
It was a failed test. We could not have known that this would happen to you."
That's the point. How are we supposed to know it's not going to happen again and again?
"You learn to control it. Therianthropy is a thing that can be measured."
Yeah, that's easy for you to say. Oh, it can be measured. Sorry, that was rude. That was mean. I'm sorry.
Am I not fully a panther all the time?
Yeah, smart guy. Listen, okay, you can help me up. You can help me up.
Okay, and
Fine.
it helps you to your feet.
Oh, yeah, hard topic here. What I'm saying is, if this happens again,
Enyo,
she just gives him a look.
Enyo, do not make me.
She doesn't say anything. She's staring him dead in the eyes.
And you see he nods and kneels and says, "What do you want me to do?" Have you had it made already?
God, hold on.
Do you think
Okay.
Enyo has had it made already?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think. hold on. I'm gonna concede from this Hearthstone match because I need to focus.
Okay.
Um,
Why are you playing Hearthstone?
I thought to help me focus. But this is
Okay.
intense, and I need to focus. I think she gets up, goes to her desk. Sorry. I think she gets up, goes to her desk, and gets like something wrapped in like a velvet. Obviously, not touching the blade itself.
He takes it and keep going, but he starts to unwrap it.
If I lose control of myself again, you have to be the one who stops me.
And he undoes the last bit of the cloth, and a silver dagger sits in his paw. Enyo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that I could.
Then who? Then tell me who else is gonna do it? Are you gonna let them kill me? Are you gonna let them find me like this and kill me?
No.
Are you gonna let them kill me and find
of,
my body?
Of course not.
Then who else? I can't associate with him. I can't be near him, or I'm putting both of us in danger.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
It's not easy. And I'm not telling you it's going to be easy. But one day you're going to have to. This is not an if. This is not, oh, maybe one day. I've looked at the numbers and the way we talk about it. There's a future where I never get a hold of this. There's a future where I lose my shit completely one day, and you're not going to get me back. And that day, you're going to have to, you can't side with me.
And you see kind of like the stages of grief. He stops wallowing and starts getting, you see his blood start to boil and his eyes begin to narrow. And he says, "We act like this is the only option. There are ways to temper this. You can cleanse yourself of the curse. I know it can be done. We do not have to act like this is the only option." I cannot. See if there is another Therian who will teach you to measure it. See if there is a tonic that can undo it.
Call me selfish. Call me what you will. Listen, if we don't cure this in time, or if this happens before this can get fixed, what are you gonna do then? If you're not gonna stop me, what are you gonna do?
Enyo, I will not kill you.
You must. You have to kill me if I lose myself. If I am gone, you have to kill me. And when you kill me, you have to make sure the Empire does not get their hands on my corpse.
And we cut from this to Evander
I also had
literally handing Enyo's dead body over to the magistrates.
I gotta drink water after that. I had to back up from my computer so I wasn't too loud.
And this is the other vision I had, earlier
Yeah,
today.
exactly. So yeah,
Okay.
it's Enyo yelling, "You cannot let the Empire get their hands on my corpse," followed by
You doing that,
Evander
yeah.
delivering the body of Enyo to the magistrates.
Could I infer that if we tried, like Ibis is a cleric, knows like Revivify. If we tried to do that on Inyo, Inyo would not come back willingly.
Yes, I will say no insight or anything like that required. You know for a certainty
The soul is not
that
willing.
if Enyo were to die, she would not be willing to return.
Okay.
The only reason she was able to be revived is because they didn't use divine magic to bring
Yeah.
Enyo back. They made her a Magitech cyborg, and
Yeah.
that's why she's back.
Okay. I feel like while Tyrfie and Evander are having this conversation, Lysandra had pulled out her cards.
Yep.
And was just like curiously like shuffling and asking the question in her head.
Of
And when
course.
she sees like the torturer being pulled upside down, she just wordlessly puts it back into the deck, puts the deck back in like its little card pouch on her side. And looks directly at Evander, veil through the veil and everything, and be like, enjoy the next 12 days with her.
You see, he turns and goes, "Pardon?"
You know she's not willing.
Okay. He rolls a 2. You see Evander just freeze up. And his eyes go wide. And you see he, like, takes a sharp breath in and does not breathe it out. He just holds it. Continue.
Sandra is bad at reading people.
Yeah.
And goes, you cannot continue this cycle and continue to hurt her to where she is no longer a person anymore and just a tool for the Empire.
You see his face grows cold, and he looks to you and says, "I couldn't let her go."
And she didn't want to come.
I know she didn't! I know I went against her wishes. I know she would have rather stayed dead, but I can't go on without her. She is everything I've ever had. And it shouldn't have been my choice. I should not have been there. Because she would have got what she wanted if I had stayed behind. She asked me not to follow as the legionaries were dragging her through the streets. I thought I could save her. I was naive enough to think that she would come back the same. And I just gave them another weapon. And I know the kind thing would be to release her. And I do not have the strength or stomach. Which is why I came to you, Tyrfie. Because if you can remove the Empire's control of her, if you can get rid of her kill switch, she can go back to the life that she was living. I can remind her of who she used to be, of the good that she fought for.
Oh, Lysandre's so mad. Oh my god. Oh, I wanna...
Are you doing
Hold
anything?
Hold on.
Give me a roll!
Okay. I feel like that should be a disadvantage.
Do it again. 6.
Have him make a
Lysandra.
have him make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. What's your DC?
16.
14. He barely fails it.
It's dissonant whispers in his head.
Okay.
So
What did the
he-
whispers say?
It's just she's just angry because it's basically like he is being very selfish and keeping someone who doesn't want to walk in this world. And he's like, I can make her remember, and I'm like, that's not your choice.
Uh-huh.
So it's just like, I guess it's like every like fear that he has, like, this is your fault, this is your fault. She just wants him out of the room.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what Evander sees. I think he hears Enyo yelling and screaming at him that it is his fault and that she did not want this. And in the middle of talking to you, Tyrfie, you see suddenly his eyes glaze over. He begins violently crying and sprints out of the tent. And a very, very agitated looking... Lysandra, what did it look like when you cast the spell?
So because of that witch curio, or witch thing I have,
Yeah.
it just happens. There's no vocal components.
Okay. So...
But the snakes probably on her hair, like her head, are probably hissing at him.
Yeah. So you see him sprint out of the room, and you see a very peeved-looking Lysandra. And her snakes hissing at the open tent flap. And I don't think it takes Tyrfie any effort to put together what occurred.
Did Lysandra say out loud the bit about she's not willing?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely, I think.
Okay.
And if not, Evander also gave it away in his own speech.
The only
Yeah,
thing she said in his head was like, hey, in 12 days we're
Get
going
out.
to fucking abandon the Empire, and if you're there, we will have to kill you probably.
Okay.
But because she doesn't want to speak
Um,
treason into the air.
Still probably hacking a bit from her
Yeah.
silly overture before.
Sorry, he takes 11.
Well.
Like,
Oh, no, that's
If
okay.
the
Hurt my
patient
cat boy.
is... If the patient is not willing, then there is no point. That certainly makes it simpler, if not more depressing. I was almost eager to put my mind to this, but no, there is no point.
I think she does like a deep like exhale, like, but she's also been holding a breath, and it comes out like a little hiss, and she just goes, he can't decide what's better for her.
And I think it also occurs to you, because of how much of Enyo's memory is manipulated, she kind of can't decide for herself either.
I cannot decide what is best for her either. The only question that remains is, how different is the Enyo who lives now from the Enyo who decided to die?
Based off your
What
own
does
vision,
this-
Lysandra, extremely.
What does this Enyo want?
She could attempt to decide on her own. I don't know if she could without the manufactured false memories and what have you that are placed in her mind. Or if the Empress could just simply tell her, forget it, and she will.
if we had the luxury of allowing her free choice with all the information. But we are stressed for time and options.
He can't decide that he could just pretend everything is okay and fix her. Pretend that she is just the same person that she was. This is not her. And it probably won't be it.
Yes, his desires are hardly relevant at this point.
I thought, if possible, if she were to die, we could fabricate a new form that is untethered to the Empire. If the soul is not willing to come back, then it will just be a disappointment in the end. From everything that is pointing out, if he can't keep her away in the 12 days' time, then her story comes to an end.
Considering her present agency, she is almost between a puppet. She is almost a puppet between Leora and Evander. Both wanting to put it in a different role. It is a pathetic way to live.
I think Lysander just nods in agreement. Just still kind of seething with anger.
All right. And now the full scope of Enyo and Evander's dynamic is known.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm nosy. I got
So I have a
No,
so
it's
I
so
have
good.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So Tara had talked to Evander earlier about offering Inyo a way to potentially get rid of her the curse of therianthropy.
Yes.
During the period of time where Tara was distracting Inyo, could she make that offer?
Go for it.
So smash cut back to when they were having that conversation. Tara is going to take Enyo to basically like the edge of the camp, and kind of look to Enyo and go, "So, I wanted to discuss something with you about." And she'll look over to like the rest of the group, and then kind of scoot a little closer to the woods so they can't be heard. About your curse.
Mm-hmm.
There is a place in this jungle where my people were given the gift of therianthropy. I believe there is a possibility, because of the connection my tribe had with the jungle and the nature around it, that the force that gave us our gift can take it from you. I cannot guarantee it, but I will offer this. I will take you there, and I will take you there now if you wish. And we can see about ridding you of the gift given to me. If that is something you would like. You are a friend, and I would see you as happy as I can help you become. And if this is something that I can do, and you are willing, I would gladly help you in it.
If it doesn't work, nothing bad happens? It just was a failed attempt?
The thing that I have seen happen with when we were given our gift, and Tara will pull Dusk's tooth from her back, which is, and Enya would probably be able to recognize, a fully silvered bastard sword.
I think it's like an unintentional step back from it.
Yeah,
instinct.
you also take a point of stress that's just looking at it.
Thank you.
And Tara will like hold the blade with a cloth. What I do when I cannot control myself, because there are times when I cannot control whether or not I change. And she'll turn the blade where it's facing like parallel to her body, and she'll take the cloth and offer it to Enyo. And then she will just very gently grab the blade. How much damage would Tara take just touching the silvered sword?
So I think we settled on this. Were-lions are also vulnerable to silver, because some were-creatures are vulnerable to different things. Like were-tigers are vulnerable to obsidian, I think. I don't think it's not necessarily that you take damage by contact of it. What it is,
but it's like a burning sensation.
Burning sensation, and then what it is in mechanical terms. When you are shifted, you get a small amount of regen that is disabled when you take damage from silvered weapon. The same thing with like vampires taking radiant damage, right?
Yeah.
And you only die if you start your turn and don't regenerate. So you can be put down as many times as somebody wants
back up.
Unless there is a silvered weapon in the mix, you do not stay down. So with this circumstance, you basically feel it's almost that weird way where it's like it's a burning sensation, but you also know when you like, I know you'll get this, and also quick warning for needles, everybody. You know when you get an IV and the fluid starts moving through your veins and your entire body gets really cold, but it's not like the outside elements are cold, it's like everything inside. That's the feeling of like everything inside slows to a crawl.
But it's a refocus for
exactly.
That's how Tara.
But like you can basically feel your blood flow slowing with the contact from the blade, and then it reverts as you take it away.
She'll slowly like sink it into the ground just where it stands by itself, and she goes, "You see my hand?" And she'll show that there was no like burn or anything. I touch it, and my body reacts to the material. I will not slash you with this, unless you may attack me. I will not harm you. But if you feel yourself losing focus, losing yourself, put your thumb to the blade, not the sharp bit, the flat of the blade, and your body will react. It was a method my mother used. She had a pendant. It was one side of the pendant was a lion's head, the other was a wolf. It was to symbolize herself and my father. And it was made of silver, and it rested just on her armor, so that it didn't touch her skin unless she needed it to. And she taught us, if we were losing ourselves to the animal inside, touch the pendant, and remember who you are. And she'll offer to let Enyo if Enyo wants to touch the blade.
The major question is, does Enyo want to? Whether or not the beast will let her is a different story. Does she want to?
She's a woman of science.
Okay, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, that's the wrong windows. Hold on. Wisdom. Good at wisdom. Wisdom's my bestie. That's...
Okay.
Wisdom is not my bestie today.
So... Enyo, you go to reach out, and you stop yourself. You feel the hair on the back of your arm and neck begin to prickle. I will give you another attempt at a wisdom saving throw.
Question.
Answer.
Can Tara recognize this? Because I'm assuming all therianthropes go through something similar to this.
I'll tell you straight up, Enyo, if she does exactly what just happened, which is fail this saving throw, is about to wolf out.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh.
My question before that happens.
Incredible.
Is
it's happening
knowing
at the
that-
moment, but go ahead.
Well, my question is as like the saving throw is rolled, can Tara recognize what's happening and help in any way? Using the help action.
Unfortunately, help action only applies to skill checks and attack rolls, and even if I did allow it
Damn.
circumstantially, would not apply to a saving throw.
Damn. All right.
So, you watch as Enyo goes to touch the blade, physically recoils, doesn't step back. You feel like magical pistons in Enyo's leg, pop, and she leaps back a good 3 yards. And you watch as very coarse gray canine fur begins to sprout across her arms, up her neck, down her chest, down her back. And in a terrible but kind of cool display of the ingenuity of the magistrates who made her prosthetics, you watch her metal limbs fold and move
Digitigrade.
to full digitigrade, grow claws on the toes, and as she shifts into a lycanthropic form, her mechanical legs become wolf-like.
Okay, seeing this, Tara is going to sheath her sword and assume her lion form,
Okay.
if possible.
Incredible. You all, anybody who is in the camp and not preoccupied, watches 2 therianthropes both beast out on the outskirts of the Lionsborn village.
Oh look, a sparring match.
Enyo, you have one
Yeah.
round of control. One round where Enyo can do whatever she would like, and then it's the wolf for the rest of it. What is your immediate instinct? Fight or flight?
The first thought that popped in my brain was immediately, I'm kicking sand and fucking running.
You see Enyo drops to all fours. Again, you feel those you just hear the pistons pop, and you watch these large, like gas vents open in her leg, and Enyo sprints into the jungle line.
Tara's gonna take off after her in an attempt to herd her toward the Grove of Cyric.
Incredible. Please go ahead and... Oh, okay, so this is interesting. So... okay, this is interesting. Enyo, please give me athletics or acrobatics to try to lose Tara in the jungle. Tara, roll me a survival check. If you meet Enyo's roll, you're keeping pace of her and not losing her. If you exceed it, you start moving her in the direction of the grove.
Can I petition that because this is Tara's jungle advantage?
I'll give it to you. So if you
Hell
meet
yeah.
a 10, you do not lose track of her. If you exceed a 10, you start herding her towards the grove.
That's a 10.
You meet a 10, so you are not swaying her directions. But it's honestly, I feel like there's a little bit of adrenaline going in Tara, because, it's not like Evander, who is a monk and entirely blew you out of the water. Enyo is, like, you're only barely keeping her in your eye line. You're not catching up with her, you're just maintaining distance. And I feel like there's a rush of adrenaline in you.
Oh yeah, this has become a hunt.
Yes, exactly.
Tara is going to roar.
Incredible. Enyo,
Yeah.
you're no longer in control.
Incredibly valid. And
So
fair.
I'm still letting you, the player, make the decisions, but now we're switching our mindset. What does the wolf want right now?
I think it goes from like flight to, okay, I'm not a huge fan of being followed.
Uh-huh.
God bless my girlfriend, picked that up from her. She's not gonna throw the first punch, but she is gonna try to look intimidating to get, like, the wolf or whatever, to get, like, whatever the fuck is following it.
Perfect.
To leave it alone.
So,
The
Tara,
giant lion.
you roar out, and you watch the wolf turn her head back and make eye contact with you, kick off, grab and spin around the trunk of the tree, reoriented to face you, and lets out a low, guttural, bestial growl as a warning to you.
Yeah, no, Tara's just roaring right back. This is like harkening back to when Tara was young, and two of Tara's siblings were werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
This does not scare her.
Now, here's the best part. Best part about werewolf fights. Both of you have regen, and neither of you are using silvered weapons right now, which means you can keep laying into each other back and forth, and we'll just keep getting up over and over and over and over again.
So, I'm gonna lay out Tara's strategy right now.
Okay, give it to me.
Tara's strategy right now is, so you know how in the arena that fight she had with Asphodel?
Yes.
The hand-to-hand throwing Asphodel around, that came from shit like this in her youth.
Mm-hmm.
Her idea is to drag Inyo to the grove.
Okay. So
she's going for like a tackle.
There is an interesting standstill that happens. Enyo's wolf does not want to throw the first punch, but you take a low stance with your arms out, basically inviting the wolf to charge.
Yeah, come on. Let's
Void,
go.
is the beast provoked by this?
I mean, it's an open challenge.
Of course!
Oh, yeah.
So you watch the beast get low.
The lion is the queen of the jungle for a reason.
Enyo's wolf gets low to the ground, and again, you hear that firing off of highly pressurized gas and steam in Enyo's legs. And now this is an interesting thing, because scale wolves are dexterity focused and not strength focused. So it's a very interesting position where, for the purposes of this, Enyo's beast can replace athletics checks with acrobatics checks, and will not necessarily try to tackle you, but is trying to throw you off balance.
Yeah.
So it's going
that's
to
exactly
be.
what I was thinking.
It's going to be Enyo's acrobatics versus your athletics or acrobatics.
Wonderful. Oh, fuck. Alright.
So you brace yourself, and suddenly, again, it's that burst of highly pressurized gas, and before you have time to adjust your stance or move, you watch as an incredibly low to the ground, chest touching the leaves of grass, rather than meeting you in the middle, the halfling-sized werewolf goes way lower than you were expecting and basically clotheslines your shins, and you are flipped.
Chop blocks the knee.
Yeah, exactly. You flip, and Enyo is once again putting distance between herself and you. The chase is back on.
Tara for a second just goes, "Oh, wonderful." And she will flip and take off after Enyo.
Incredible. Once again, Enyo, can I get acrobatics? As you are now again loose in the jungle. And again,
a jungle
with
I'm not
advantage.
familiar with.
Again, with advantage. Tara, survival check. Okay. So it takes you a little bit longer to reorient yourself. It's, again, there's no, any wounds that you're getting are superficial. But the wind is knocked out of you just long enough that by the time you are able to get a good pace in, you have lost Enyo's scent.
Can she try tracking her? Tracking Enyo.
Yes, you may continue to try to track. So that's just going to be regular survival checks. This is not even to catch Enyo. This is
to find.
Yeah, this
Enyo.
is to know where she's going. Okay.
Damn.
So the interesting thing is the way that Enyo's legs worked and those bursts of pressurized air have this very, and especially with what they do to the surrounding foliage, the biggest scent that Tara can catch is the sound of, burning foliage and hot metal. But Enyo doesn't need that to run. She just uses those for speed boosts. So Enyo's actual wolf scent is lost on your nose. And you get to the last stretch of, burnt foliage under the incredibly ripping hot metal limbs that Enyo is running on. But that scent comes to a sudden halt. And there is a werewolf loose in the jungle.
Shit. Yeah, no, Tara's gonna keep at it as long as she can to try and find her.
Trying. We are going to head back to right after Evander leaves Lysandra's tent. And panics as he does not see Enyo or Tara anywhere.
Hey, didn't Kip want to talk to him?
Yeah, Kipariso, you spot a very distressed Catboy.
Kip has just been hanging out away from everyone by the edge of the forest, just practicing out some tunes. But seeing crying Catboy, Kip just hollers over "You good?"
You see he turns and just goes, "Where's the magistrate?"
I don't know. I haven't been watching everyone.
Where's Tara?
Again, I reiterate, I have not been watching everyone. I have been facing the forest, so I don't have to look at people.
Damn it.
But okay, your face is wet. Are you okay?
That is irrelevant. Can you find
Kip's gonna
people?
get up. Okay. Don't appreciate the tone. No, I don't have that particular skill set, but I'm sure they will be back because this is where camp is.
You see, he just glares and goes, "You know, after our recent escapade, better than anyone, that I need to find her. You can aid me,
Kip's
or
gonna
you can get out of my way."
pull out a handkerchief. Yeah, okay. Kip's gonna pull out a handkerchief and just nod along like, okay. Like I said, they'll probably be back. Tara's responsible. If it sounds like they're together, if they're both missing. Is anyone else missing?
No.
Anyway, here, wipe your face. You can't run around like that. You'll get dirty.
You see, he looks at it. Give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
Love can't bloom on a battlefield.
So technically I have disadvantage on all charisma skill checks other than intimidation.
Incredible. This is very reasonable for the scene that we're in.
Uh-huh.
You'll do great. I believe
So
in you.
persuasion?
With disadvantage. Thank you very much. 23!
3.
Holy shit.
Girl, but...
How's that +8 taste?
He, like myself, begrudgingly grabs the handkerchief from you, dabs his eyes with it, tosses it back in your face, and says, "Do you have any clue where they are going? Just an inkling."
If I had to guess, they're probably running around having a good time because they're both, you know, and that
But
seems
Enyo
like
does not have
something
a
they
good
would
time when she
wanna
is
do?
shifted.
Okay, then Tara's having a good time trying to catch Enyo, at least.
You see, he
But
rolls
Tara's
his
responsible.
eyes.
We can trust her.
Rolls his eyes. And will say, "Then I guess I will have to chase them both."
Okay. Or consider you could sit down and wait for them to come back because they'll definitely come back. There's not really much anywhere else to go except jungle.
No. I will get her
No.
now.
Okay. Right now. So impatient, jeez. Have you ever considered maybe just waiting to see if they'll come back instead of chasing them all the time? Okay, I guess that's a bit of a sore spot. You're really grumpy. Jeez.
And if you have nothing else to say, he will take off.
I mean, Kip would still try to, like, convince him to not run off and go be a maniac in the jungle.
You know, well, I'll give you a little more for your 23 persuasion check. Any last?
He gives you like a time. He gives you like 5 minutes if we're not back by then.
Okay, okay. Like, it's getting dark. It's running around the jungle by yourself isn't safe. The best thing to do when someone is lost is to stay put until they find you again. Like, didn't you learn that in basic Empire school training or whatever? They'll be back. Tara knows this jungle.
See, he clenches his front paws. Fine.
Good.
will
I'm
wait
glad you're seeing
A
reason.
few moments.
Good, good, good. Awesome. Fantastic. And how
And
about I can
he
just distract you from your
turns
concerns
and
for
like
a few moments.
what he was like kind of looking into the jungle line. He is now like full front facing you, and he goes, "So, if you wanted to keep me here so bad, what was so important about my presence, whelp?"
Yes, I had a reason for your presence, and it was I really just wanted someone to complain to. That, yes, someone who is impartial, a sounding board.
I mean, I feel like
Wouldn't
that's
one of your
half true.
friends be better for that?
Oh, no, they tried to harass me earlier. They held me down so I could talk about my feelings by force. That's not the kind of person I'm looking to talk to right now. You are a cutthroat jerk, and that's exactly the kind of feedback I'm looking for right now.
And this is supposed to make me want to stay here, is it?
Yes, exactly, because I am a piece of shit and my stories are interesting, and I've heard that my voice is very soothing. Yeah, you don't even have to say anything. You don't have to talk. I'll just distract you. You don't even have to listen, really. I'll just keep talking about stuff.
So you kept me from following the magistrate, so that you can talk about everything bothering you.
Definitely. Also, subcategory, because it's probably the best option right now, and it's probably good for you to take a sec to breathe. But I'm not going to say that to your face so much if I can avoid it, but it feels like I kind of have to at this point because you're very tall.
Roll me another persuasion check.
Okay.
You get advantage, but it cancels out because you are
Perfect.
so it's just a straight roll.
And
Nothing straight about this. What do you mean?
18's pretty good. I feel like he probably doesn't have a higher enough DC that I need to use inspiration.
Nope, you meet the DC.
Maybe. Okay.
He gives you one
Yeah, how about we just
more
sit?
look, takes a deep breath out, sighs, back to back, and you watch as he just drops to the ground cross-legged and goes, "Fine, I'll play therapist."
Oh, great. Awesome. Yes, I was prepared to talk about my feelings today.
That is what you told
okay,
me
I
you
guess
were
I'll just
going
start.
to do. Do you have a different
Yes,
plan?
yes. I will just start from the beginning. How about that? So, you
Define
probably
the
heard
beginning.
within the beginning of the struggles, capital S. Okay.
Proceed.
No, shush. I'm the one talking. Listen. Yeah, thanks. You can talk at the end. Let me orate.
Okay, we're gonna very quickly do an aside, but I love this. I love this scene. Galatea, you
Yeah.
pull your horse from your shadow and ride off to help Tara find Enyo.
Oh God, bless you, Galatea. Thank you so much.
So,
Yeah, Galatea was too curious to see what two Therianthropes sparring in the jungle might look like, so she stopped.
please go ahead and give
A
me
one-time.
go ahead and give me a survival check, Galatea.
This is the one time I will not try and eat your horse.
Please roll will.
15. Tara, you are low to the ground trying to find Enyo's scent again, and you hear the very faint beating of hooves in soft soil.
Would you say these hoofbeats are familiar to me? Because
yeah.
that is my mortal enemy.
In a
that-
weird way to say it, there's a pattern to them. And there's something kind of otherworldly about them.
Yeah. They're also
Tara will
echoing,
just
like,
turn with her
from
eyes
the-
like... Tara will turn with her eyes narrowed like... I can never fucking escape this goddamn horse. But she will also be very grateful to see Galatea. I lost Inyo. It got too low to the ground and knocked my breath out by taking my knees out from under me. And by the time I got up, it was gone. We need to cover more ground. This is the one time I am not angry to see your horse.
Okay.
And Galatea, you get a sense that Pestis has, I hate this, has the scent of Enyo and can follow her. The horse knows where Enyo is.
So, I like the idea that Pistis is just lazy as hell, but also does her own thing. Like, sometimes obeys Galatea, sometimes not, depending on the situation. But I just imagine Pistis just starting to walk towards Enyo.
Tara's gonna follow and basically be like, I have a plan. I need you to work with me once we've tracked Enyo down and guide Enyo, if we cannot force Enyo, guide Enyo to we called it the Valley of the Harvest. It was the place we found our beasts, and it is where I believe I can potentially expel Enyos.
Right.
And I assume Galatea starts letting Pistis run at her full speed of 60 plus dash, which is a total of 120.
And Tara's just barely keeping pace.
And while this is going on, Lysandra.
Yeah.
You see Typhon zip into the tent. And land on your shoulder. And say, the short one with the shiny legs. She turned into a monster and ran off into the forest, and Tara is chasing her. And lost her. And now Galatea is chasing. We should probably all get out there.
I think Lysandra does a deep sigh. And I would assume Tearfew's still in the tent as well, and can hear Typhon's little guy voice.
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out.
All this weird shit going on with all these drama queens. I'm just reading a book.
You're reading a book, Lysandra's playing with cards. They're just chilling out, drinking tea. A little Typhon
We're
comes
having
in.
therapy outside.
Yeah. And she does a deep exhale and looks at Tearfey and goes, I guess we should go after them?
I have nothing else better to do. And it would probably be irresponsible to just sit here.
She'll tell Typhon to be annoying and gather the others.
He nods, smiles, and is immediately on the search.
Yeah.
The only two left in camp are fucking Kip and
Well,
Evander.
Ebus is there, so he'd probably get Ebus first.
Yeah.
And then we'll bite at Kip's ankles and be like, I know where the little one is.
But yeah, we'll pretty much say the same thing, which is like, The little one with the shiny legs turned into a monster and is now running wild, and we're all trying to
Oh,
find
no.
her.
Oh, okay. All right. That's
Oh,
enough.
no.
Don't say anything else. We're going. Okay.
And you
We'll
see
go.
Evander.
Just don't say anything.
Evander looks at you and glares.
Wait,
know what?
wait.
Okay.
And you see
I
he groans and rolls
Wrong
his
this
eyes.
time. All right. It's my bad.
He rolls his eyes and goes, "The best thing to do is wait." And you see he
Usually,
drops on
yes.
all fours.
In this instance, I guess not.
He drops on all
All right,
fours.
okay, we're going.
Yep, stretches his back legs and goes, "Come on."
Oh, okay. No need to tell me twice.
And you hop onto the Catboy and off you go.
DM?
Alright. Yes.
I have a question. Was Tirfi around when Typhon said that Enya turned into a monster?
Yes.
Okay. I'm worried.
It's not a lie. Enyo turned into a werewolf, but like the only thing thing he can say
You know when Tara sometimes turns into a giant cat? Yeah, that, but weird metal thing.
I'm
It's
more
fucked
worried
up.
about the goop.
Ha ha ha.
I just want to remind you all. I'm a little guy.
My intelligence is
I'm man.
10.
My intelligence is 10. I kind of don't know what's going on.
I love how Typhon is smarter than Galatea by miles.
Wait, hold on. I think Typhon has a higher intelligence. No, my intelligence is 8. I don't know shit.
Still smarter than Galatea.
I know
forgot, Delphi's
fuck
the-
shit and jack all.
Elfie's the one that's intelligent. I forgot.
Yeah.
Incredible. Yeah, Delphi's the smart one. No, it's okay.
How
I
long would
because Abby and I have to get up early to take the dog to a vet appointment, I promise you this session will be over in 30 minutes.
Okay. About how long would you say that Kip had a chance to talk and distract Evander? Seconds, minutes?
Honestly, a couple of minutes.
Okay, alright.
Long enough for
That's not
Tara to
bad.
make another survival check?
Yes, advantage because Galatea is helping you.
Awesome. That's an 18.
Fantastic. You have the scent and you are on Enyo's trail.
Awesome.
Now, as to how we're going to be ending the session, this isn't the end yet, but I'm going to make a jump cut to Enyo. You are sprinting wild. And a similar thing to when you're about to come down from something and things are starting to reorient. And Enyo, as you are running away and as you are unbothered and the adrenaline of being threatened is beginning to go away, you are slowly coming out of your beast form as you are sprinting through the woods or the jungle.
Mhm.
And you are still, it's this weird thing where you're in your hybrid state. You're not fully lycanthropic. You're not back to being a standard halfling. You still have the elongated muzzle, the claws, a little hint of a tail, the pointed canine ears. But you're not completely at the whim of the beast either. You are, as far as, your blood hunter mechanics are concerned, you're in your hybrid form.
Mm-hmm.
And your garments, your magistrate's clothes, are partially ripped here and there from the the transformation. And you realize that your, emblem that identifies you as being part of the Ministry of Magistrates at some point fell off or disappeared, and you don't have your identification on you.
Oh, great.
And you hear the marching of armored boots squishing in wet soil. And you know that Phalanx, it's not here yet, but they're approaching you. And as you run and run and run, you come up on this massive stone building. Moss growing over some of the stone, other portions of it cracked and broken. And statues. 9 broken, decrepit, almost unrecognizable statues. And you turn around and you see high walls of like layers of sediment on either side of you. The staircase down from where you just came up. The barest hint of a lake bed that you were running through. And the wall to the building that you're in. And you realize you are fully encased and backed into a corner.
I'd like to take stress, please.
Go ahead. Absolutely.
Would you say this is major or moderate?
I would call this major. Give me a
major.
D6.
D6 plus 4.
Oh, no, that's monstrous.
Is that...
Major
no.
is just a D6.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, I wrote that thing wrong earlier. That's fine. Cool. I'm at 15 stress now. This is fun. I love it here.
And
I'm so sorry, bestie.
a slightly weakened Uridian Phalanx begins stomping through the marshy water. And you turn around and you see 8 burly Throck soldiers, all carrying brutal-looking mauls in armor of studded leathers. You see 25 foot soldiers, and in front of them, a greatly decorated Uridian commander. And you are trying with all your might to shift back, to drop the lycanthropic form, to look like yourself so that you can talk your way out of this.
I am a person.
And the beast says no. And you are feeling your head begin to spin. And you hear a voice from below you at the very base of those mossy and cracked stone stairs shout, "You have one chance, beast! Make it a good one."
I can speak in this form.
You can.
Okay, I have that to jam for some reason. One whole chance. I think she's hyperventilating a little bit because, oh god, this is a shit situation to be in.
It is indeed.
Oh man. I'm trying to think. I am Magistrate Enya Lycos. I am with a group of people from Eurydia. We are here to stop the Wraith. I am not a threat. Please leave me alone.
There is a pause. And you hear the general say, "If it isn't the Wolf of Eurydia in the flesh, or in the fur." Where's the rest of your group? And you see he squints and goes, where's your insignia?
I was running. I was scared. I lost it.
What would you be scared of, Wolf? And he is now marching up the steps towards you.
I got startled. I was scared. My brain's not all here. I'm trying. Evander's here. Evander will be coming. He can cover my ass.
What, your government-assigned cat bodyguard?
I think she keeps trying to talk, but the words are hard.
And I think you're also starting to realize this gentleman you're talking to, this commander, does not seem like a person who really cares a lot about what you have to say. And
That's fair.
as the rest of the party is coming up, and we're gonna get through the rest of those scenes before the session is over, I just want to give you all a preview of the situation that Enyo now finds herself in.
They do not look very
Neat.
organized,
Oopsies. Whoa.
but they do look terrifying.
Why does he have 2 health bars?
There
Why
we go.
It's a boss
does he have
fight.
2 health bars?
Stop it.
Who knows? He might
So we can kill him twice.
He might be a Paragon enemy, possibly.
Yeah.
He might be
that's-
our
There's-
best friend.
Could I?
Yeah, what if he was besties?
Could I ask one
What if
last
we were
move?
lovers?
Could I ask one last move?
Sure.
And honestly, the results of this can be kept until the next one. I'm a warlock, right?
You are a warlock.
I'd like to reach out for my patient for help.
Oh.
Roll a D100 for me. Let's roll,
That's you want to roll
92.
low on this, huh?
What is Enyo's build?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would. I want to see the. I want to see the sheet.
After Enyo dies, I'll show you all the sheets.
Yeah, once all is said and done. Thanks. I'll enjoy the post-mortem.
So, Enyo, what are you asking your patron for?
She's not thinking clearly.
Okay.
She's asking for any sort of aid that can get these guys off of her back.
Okay.
You can tell me now. You can keep it up.
You know
for
what?
keepsies.
If everybody's okay with this, I think I know exactly what happens. All of you across the different parts of the jungle feel a rush of motion, and you all get lightheaded as all of Enyo's collective allies, get brought here to help her.
Transported with a
Uh,
migraine.
DM,
Yes.
Imagine getting
DM.
transported.
I sent you a DM if you wouldn't mind looking at it for the teleportation.
Yes, you absolutely. I'm not even gonna make it disadvantaged. Just give me a luck check.
So what do you want me to roll?
Just roll a d20. You want anything higher, I will say, than a 13. If you get a 13 or anything
It's a
above
16.
You find Enyo's insignia of the Ministry of Magistrates, and you grab it right before you get teleported.
Hell yes.
Incredible. All right, so let's set everybody out here. I'm just putting all of you on the screen. Please
forgot my
move
fucking
yourselves wherever you would like to be. I'm just getting all of
I
you
think I
on
put Vander
here.
down.
I'm moving
So I can be
myself
riding
into the
him.
backest possible corner, actually.
Okay.
Tara is going
Okay,
to move
but she needs to be
immediately to
out
Enyo.
front.
Fuck. You
Enyo's
right.
gotta be out front.
You'd
What?
probably be like
Well,
right in
I
the
mean,
front.
everybody
Yeah.
everybody forming around her is
We're-
also neat.
Like we're being summoned to form a protection, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and
But, like,
of course,
feel like-
nice plan.
and because of this, Ares also gets to show up.
My boy.
I also want to ask, wouldn't
My
I be
large
riding
son.
business?
Come again?
Oh yeah, you're
Or
on your
am I-
horse, aren't you?
Am I being teleported alone or with my horse?
With your horse.
The
Got it.
horse is an ally.
Okay, I'm moving Evander literally smack in front of Enyo.
Tara's gonna
then I'm
try and
on
get
top of
Tar-
Evander.
Okay.
Tara's gonna try and get close to Inyo as well.
Okay, I don't know that I have a horse character sheet, but I will have a mini before the combat starts.
Got it.
Can't
I
believe
do
we're
have-
being Deus Ex Machina into a combat encounter. So rude.
I can't wait to tell you all who my patron is one day.
And
Oh.
not Enyo, you get the sense this is not a person who is arriving on the scene because of your patron.
Uh-huh.
But as the entire Euridian phalanx has gathered in one giant clump that is not in line on the statue over in the far corner, you watch as none other. Oh, hold on. Wait, why did it do that?
Default character icon.
Default
Yes.
character. Hold on.
Oh man.
I'll have to.
I
Oh, no,
forget
there we
how
go.
big Lysandra is.
I know.
As the
Big
wraith makes
I
her
got
way
scared.
onto the scene as well.
Nice.
I
So,
think at this point, Enyo is also crying, as a fun side note. But continue.
I would like initiative.
Aww.
Yeah.
No, I don't think you would actually.
I think I would like initiative,
I don't-
actually.
think
Nice.
so.
Also,
Okay.
why do I
Can-
feel like someone's been waiting for the chance to fucking do this forever? Why do I feel like someone's like,
Hey.
oh, if I got the chance to do this, this shit would slap.
A 7.
Hey, can I use my inspiration to get better initiative? Is that an option?
You may. Please go right ahead.
Wow, a
does-
3.
13.
Does Delphi also go after my turn?
Yes, Delphi and Typhon, we both are going to
Not
go
even one
after
on
your turn.
initiative.
Oh, jeez. Now remember, everybody drank the coffee as well, and if they would like, and they didn't use the buff already to a dexterity roll, they can add a d4 to their initiative.
Yes, please.
Anybody who
I
drank
won't.
the coffee.
I can't. I used it to wake up.
I got a 5.
Okay.
Hey, so since Ibis is masochistic,
Yes.
would that affect the initiative?
What do you mean?
Ibis's masochistic feature is that she cannot roll lower than a 12 on a d20.
That does apply to your initiative. So what is your dexterity modifier?
+2.
Okay, so your initiative automatically becomes 14. Because you cannot
So
roll
that
lower
nat
than a
one.
12 on a d20.
I also
Mine
added
didn't
mine
go
to
into the
my
tracker, but it's a 5.
No, you did. You're at the very... Okay, for some reason it has you on a 2. You are a 5. Okay.
On every d20?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't see Tara.
Yeah,
My,
Tara.
Me neither.
Me neither.
Wait,
Uh-huh.
I gotta get one of them
Hold on.
afflictions and
I-
get me some minimum accuracy.
I do see Tara. Wait, I have Tara on mine.
Let me
Yeah.
refresh my page. Maybe,
Hold on.
Maybe that'll
Also,
work.
creatures
Okay.
have disadvantage on
Who
saving
is
throws
this?
against
Who
Ibis's
is this
blood
for
magic.
everybody on the screen? Who is selected in initiative right now?
Lysandra.
Lysandra.
Wait, I see Tara. Okay, hold on. Let me
No.
delete
Well, we can
and
sort this
let
out.
me delete and re-add her mini. Okay. Ba ba ba
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so
there she is.
Yes.
because Calistrate Serganius is a paragon creature, he rolls initiative twice and takes the more favorable number.
Gross.
Evil.
God, I want to give
Half of the
people
words I've
my
said are
initiative.
gross.
Or like
So-
my inspiration.
Also, am I still riding
3?
the Catboy?
7. God.
Gross.
Okay.
Wait, you were riding the cat.
Yes,
Wait,
you
this
are
was
still on the back of you are still on the back of Evander.
Evander hasn't rolled yet either.
Oh, I know. I
Okay.
will. Let's see.
Okay.
I have a lot of
Initiative
rolls
Yeah.
to make.
Does anyone want one of my inspirations to get a better initiative?
I would
I'm
love that.
I'm happy with what I have.
Because
But
I
I'm
have
at-
a
Holy
I
shit!
have 3 inspiration points since last
I'm
time.
at max, so I'll use.
Okay. Belle, if you want to use one of mine.
Awesome. I will definitely
Hey.
roll that
Hey,
initiative.
you went up one.
I go from a 7 to an 8. I act before the.
17.
I act before
All
the
right.
hoplites do.
Now, let me see. I'm going to roll the Throck Legionnaires in one group, and I'm going to roll the Eurydian Foot Soldiers in 2 groups.
Also, I gave Ares his
Y'all
own
ever-
turn on accident, and now it's just his turn now. I can't take it away from him.
Yes.
Throck
Y'all ever
Legionnaires
heard of
roll
a
a
little
19.
Y'all ever
my-
heard?
Did my re-rolled initiative change for you, Celeste?
I
No,
will look.
Celeste has to input it herself.
Okay, cool. So it's 17.
Yeah, just-
Okay, first group of foot soldiers roll a 12. Second group of foot soldiers roll a 20.
Go,
Have
Lysander.
y'all ever
Oh, go
heard
for it.
of a little system thing called Action Economy Advantage? Because we
What's
don't
that?
have it right now.
It's okay, it's just a full Eurydian phalanx.
What are you talking about? It's
Hey,
fine.
the Eurydian foot soldiers are all challenge rating 1/8. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Who cares that there's
They're
25
basically
of them?
They're
Don't worry
basically
about that
minions.
boy with 2 health bars. It's
Don't worry
fine.
about Calistrate Serganius.
You don't see him.
He only
Okay,
has
I-
2 health
Caring.
Look, I made grenades and other things for chaff, and this is what they're gonna be used to turn some of Eurydia's best and brightest boys into a fine mist.
So before the combat starts, can
Yes.
Tara kneel next to Enyo and go, Magistrate, I believe you dropped this, and hand her insignia back?
Oh my god, I think she lets out like the world's biggest breath.
As you do that, you see that Calistrate has completely made it all the way up the staircase as you all appear. And even though you have just given Enyo her insignia, he continues drawing his Xiphos, which is like the Greeks' great sword.
Yeah, yeah. The Xiphos?
Isn't it the Xiphos?
XIPH.
X-
The,
IPH
the
us?
Xiphos is the short sword.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Which one is
That's what I
the
meant to
which one's
say.
the great sword? I did a goof.
I have a Xiphos at my house.
Yeah. Okay.
If there's time for that, though, can I dismount the Catboy?
Yes, you may dismount the
If-
Catboy.
Okay. Alright.
If you could give them a Labras,
Oh, the Greeks didn't have two-handed swords. Well, I'll be damned. I'm just gonna call it a great sword then.
yeah, two-handed swords is like a later
Medieval
Iron
Europe
Age
thing.
thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. I thought so, but I looked it up out of curiosity, and I realized I looked up Greek greatsword, and then it says the Xiphos, and I was like, okay, is a double-edged, one-handed Iron Age short sword, and I was
Yeah,
like,
that's a close boy.
okay.
there
and so
was
he-
there was a two-handed sword during the age of like that like time period, but it wasn't Greek. There was a
Fair.
Persian sword called the Sashmir.
Okay. Point is,
yeah.
draws a
If-
two-handed blade.
No, just give them a Labras.
No.
But it's a big axe. It's fine.
Give him a whip.
Upon seeing this man drawing his sword, Tara is like, ear to ear grin, sword out, like, oh,
And I
make
will
my
say,
day.
all of you, hold on, wait a minute.
All of us, wait a minute. Okay, great. Time out, guys.
We're waiting.
Why does this random foot soldier have 2
Yeah,
health bars?
I noticed.
Right, he
Kill him.
He's fine. He
What?
As a
Oh,
treat.
oh, his
Undercover
his,
agent.
hold on. Ah,
Oh.
there was a
He takes
duplicate.
his,
There
he
we
takes
go.
his helmet off.
There was
Excellent.
He takes his
a
helmet off, and it's Atticus. It's was Atticus embedded
Oh,
in
man.
the object.
This
Yeah.
was a doppelganger.
Anyway, he's approaching with his sword. What are he doing with that sword, though?
The commander has a twin.
Stabbing you. Stabbing you.
He doesn't have an opportunity to swing yet because this is the start of initiative, but you get the immediate sense he does not care that Enyo is a magistrate, does not care that Ibis is a member of the church. He is still very intent in fighting all of you.
I'm gonna relish in killing this motherfucker.
He's a guy who wants to kill a thing.
I'm gonna relish in killing this bastard.
don't
Very
forget
relatable way to be.
change bells 5 to 17.
Yes.
I know someone-
Also, I'm gonna have to go here in about like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
Me too.
yep, no, this is the end of the session, but I just want it known, incredibly, Calistrate Serganius, the big boss of this combat, is at the very bottom of initiative.
As he
Yes.
deserves.
Yeah.
Good. He's a
But-
bottom anyway.
He's a paragon creature, so he can take another action anytime he likes.
Bad.
He's about
Yeah.
he's about to have Paragon blade up his ass.
Perhaps he's a lead from the back type.
Power bottom. If you
All
will.
right. Yes.
What? Sorry, did someone call for me?
Aid,
Yes,
not
sir.
you. Get out of here.
Disgusting. Get out of here.
No, not
Yeah.
you.
I was gonna ask, can we have a channel? to
Yes,
talk
I will
about,
make
like,
you all
mechanics?
I will make you all a private channel that I can't prevent myself from being able to look into it, but like a gentleman's promise. I promise I will
You
not
can mute
look
it.
in it.
Yeah,
I-
you can
yeah,
mute
I'm
the
gonna
channel
mute
for
it.
yourself.
Maybe put it in a folder of its own so you can collapse the folder.
No, I'm still gonna have it in here for like bookkeeping purposes.
Dang it.
It
But
doesn't matter if we want it or not. We're all
I
going to be
am-
very well appraised of Capariso's sex life.
Good.
Disgusting.
I'm just sitting here like, damn, this guy saw a wild ass wolf thing through the woods. Like, I don't care who the fuck that
I
is.
don't care
I'm
who the
gonna
fuck
swing.
that is.
Yeah,
I'm
this guy who
swinging.
genocided an entire village
Yeah.
of Therianthropes.
He
Look,
hates
he's had a
furries.
I'm
had a
gonna swing.
long day.
And he's gonna have a
the-
long night forever.
The Tucker
He's-
Carlson of Euridia.
He's conditioned to be just a professional murderer. This is the only way he knows how to deal with stuff.
God, and I was
Consider.
like, it's
I am
like,
also
why are we-
trained. I have a particular set of skills.
Stop it.
I'm,
No, I was
I was-
trying to say I'm gonna kill him too.
I keep thinking about like why were you afraid? And I was like, I can't outright go, yeah, Tara showed me a cool sword and I wanted to touch it. Because that would just be like, oh,
Is-
Tara did this? I could technically also get Tara on this too?
I mean, it
Is
doesn't
sucking
matter.
down sausage? Is sucking down sausage a particular set of skills?
What?
Stop it.
I mean, yeah.
Okay, so
Kip has a variety of
beloved
skills. Okay.
audience, it is time
Well,
for
he
us
can't
to
use half of his
go.
skills because
Hold on,
he's
shush.
Yeah, I think that's
a
bad enough.
soldier.
Let me end the session.
No.
No. Kip has more than one set of skills. Kip is also very good at eating tacos.
Ew.
Okay, we have time for Gauss as soon as
we,
Okay,
so-
we have
I'm done.
have to do we have to
I'm
do
done.
we have
I'm
to do the scene
done.
vote. Okay.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Thank you all
Yeah.
so much for partaking in this. Unfortunately, a little bit shorter, but still as incredibly chaotic and like gut-wrenchingly hilarious session.
That was a perfect line, to be honest, I think.
Of season 1 of Performance Check, The Empire of Blood, episode 12. I'm not on the title screen and I forgot what it's called.
Against
Stand
the tide.
against,
part
yeah, Stand
Yes.
Against the Tide.
Part 1 now.
Part 1. Meet us
And
all.
I hope you brought your floaties.
Meet us all 2 weeks from now. God. 2 weeks from now. For
Maybe.
Stand Against the Tide, part 2. Yeah, maybe 2 weeks from now. Ideally,
Yeah,
2 weeks
assuming-
from now. If we can make it work.
Assuming
Next time
assuming
we record.
my girlfriend is the same amount of a cyborg.
Yes.
Yeah, assuming I don't get a heart
Okay.
2 weeks from now.
We'll see you all next time we play this goddamn campaign. For part 2 of Stand Against the Tide. As our party finally comes head to head with the Iridian Phalanx that it felt like it was foreshadowed kind of from the beginning. They were inevitably gonna have to confront.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna kill them all.
Fantastic.
So I gotta go, but my scene